So Bitcoin is at $16,000 this week. That is absolutely unbelievable. I remember the last time we saw it skyrocket to these highs, it was such a wild ride. And today we are seeing the same thing. And a big thing that people are asking me left and right is simply this: Wes, have I missed out on the crypto train? At $16,000, is there any point in getting into this? And my answer is you need to stay and watch this video, because I am going to share with you Wes's tried and true secret. And it's actually not a secret to building wealth as an investment using cryptocurrency. And you know me, in this video, this is not a get quick rich scheme. We do not do that in this channel. We have never done that. We will never do that in this channel. This is a tried and true concept that is going to be so valuable. You cannot miss this video if you are thinking of getting into and investing in cryptocurrency, or if you've done it before and been unsuccessful. We're going to cover that coming right up. All right, my YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wes Spencer, and I am a cryptocurrency nerd, but so much more than that. I am a technologist. I'm a cybersecurity startup entrepreneur, and I love all things technology, which is what we talk about in this channel all the time. So I'm really excited about today. I'm really excited about this video. By the way, I'm sorry I've been remiss with you. It's been a couple of weeks since you've had any videos come out. Some big news has been happening in my professional front. I'll share more about that in a future video coming right up, but thank you for being patient with me. You guys know I respond to every single comment that comes into my channel. I love you guys. I love you for subscribing, for paying attention, for giving me some feedback and love through the journey. You guys mean a lot to me. This is why I do all of this. So if you have not already subscribed, would you hit that sub button for me? Very simple little click for you. That would mean a ton for me as we build this channel and this content. Okay, so the FOMO, the fear of missing out. This is a big thing. You know, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say something interesting. They say, Wes, for the first time since I first invested in cryptocurrency, I finally made my money back. And I feel for those people. I remember that fear for them when they first got into cryptocurrency, and it was around that $15,000 to $20,000 price tag with crypto. They bought in thinking, you know, this thing seems like it's going to the moon. I want in on this. But they bought at the very top and then crash. Pow, and they just felt like they just completely got swindled. I know that feeling. I know what that's like. I, my friends, have been through many ups and downs. I have been a crypto enthusiast and an investor in cryptocurrency for, let's just say, many, many years. And there's one secret I'm going to share with you today that is a way for us to build value in cryptocurrency, in our investments, and is pretty much a risk-free way as you can possibly get. And it's a tried and true method that works with cryptocurrency. It works with classic investments. It works with precious metals and so many other things. That secret, because I am not one to clickbait you any further, is this: dollar cost averaging. If you've never heard of the term before, it's a very simple term that allows you to spread out your risk by allowing you to buy at certain points of time, whether that's weekly, monthly, yearly is a bad example in this, but some kind of periodic, consistent cadence. And I'm going to talk in this video about why that has been a godsend for me through my journey of cryptocurrency. Because in truth, crypto has skyrocketed, crypto has dropped in price, and right now it's at not quite all-time high, but it's pretty darn high. And so interest is high in all of this. Okay, makes sense. If you look right here at Google Trends, you can see inside of Bitcoin and all kinds of cryptocurrency, there's a lot of searching going on. A lot of people are interested. There is no doubt a tie between crypto's price and people's interest in the market. And so if you've come to this channel, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to share with you a simple concept called dollar cost averaging that will work really, really well for you. Okay, so first of all, I want to do something here. One of the misconceptions that people have in cryptocurrency is this idea of, hey, I bought at a really high price and then it dropped and I fell out of the market and this thing doesn't work and crypto's not for me. You've got one critical error in your thinking, and this is that error. Let's say you bought at $20,000, the all-time high that was a couple years back, and you still haven't made your money back yet. You're thinking with this piece in mind, I bought for this amount of money, and because I bought for this amount of money, It still hasn't come up. I've lost, and I understand the sentiment. What you need to be thinking is this: what's the long-term end game of cryptocurrency? Or at least your long-term gain to exit. See, I'm one of these people that are pretty bullish. I really believe crypto is going to go way higher than what we're seeing at $15,000, $16,000. And another video I'll explain why. It's all about the technology. It really, really is. So if we believe that, and we believe that it's going to go way, way, way higher, which I do, then if I buy it $1, $50, $1,000, $10,000, $50,000, whatever the number is that I'm buying at, if I believe it's going to go way high eventually, and I'm going for the long term, what do I care at the drops? In fact, I don't care at all. This has been my great secret to success in the world of cryptocurrency is I don't mind. I buy consistently because whatever the price is now, I know eventually through the highs, through the lows, through the ups and dips, I know long-term crypto is going to go way, way, way higher. And that's why I invest. I'm a believer in the technology. And so I invest certain amounts at certain points of time and I ignore the dips. And that is the big critical piece that people are missing when it comes to cryptocurrency. They simply think, well, I bought a bunch and then the price dropped. Well, I know why you bought a bunch because it finally went to a point you feel like I got to get in on this and then it just crashes. And you think I've lost it all. You haven't lost it all if you're still holding it and you're still waiting. Case in point, the people that have come back to me recently and said, I finally made my money back. I'm like, congrats for you. Good. Keep buying. And if you had kept buying during those low times, not only would you be much further ahead than you are today, you would be even more happy. You see, because we buy consistently. This is called dollar cost averaging. It's a classic investment vehicle or thought process that says, I'm going to buy consistently, no matter the highs, no matter the lows. I'm going to put my budget in and go. Now, let me demonstrate this for you. I've got something I want to show you here on Classic Phone. And we're going to take a look at this here. This is a DB or DCA BTC. I really like this. Just a simple way for me to illustrate that I know what I'm talking about, my friends. I know that this works. So this is pretty interesting. It's simply a way for me to show what dollar cost averaging would look like in the world of Bitcoin. And you can play some scenarios out if you want to. So let's go ahead and play a scenario. They've got one here, but I'm going to go ahead and change this up. So let's keep this really simple. See, here's the cool thing about dollar cost averaging is I understand everyone has different budgets. In fact, many of you that follow me on this channel don't live in the US, and your command power of your currency compared to US dollar is much, much different. I get that. Many of you may be younger and just getting in started. I understand that too. So the great thing about dollar cost averaging, you can see this, I simply start this with what I want. So let's keep this a very simple strategy. Let's say it's not $10 a week. Let's say we're going to commit to $10 a month. I mean, the cost of a couple Starbucks Frappuccinos or whatever it is that people waste their money on. And let's say we're going to do this for 3 years straight. Then let's say we're going to start this guy. You know what? Let's just leave it at 3 years ago. Let's say 3 years ago we made this decision and we want to see what this thing looks like. If I scroll up, look at the difference here. I've invested $360. It's pennies for a lot of people. Maybe for some of you it's a big deal. Today's value, $550. That's a great investment. I mean, that's a good return. That's right there. 52.9% change up. That is awesome. That's the power of dollar cost averaging. Were there highs and lows during that 3 years? Of course there were. In fact, I'm going to show you the 3-year journey of Bitcoin recently. And here you are. Look at this. Ups and downs, highs and lows. For sure, all of that is the case. But guys, look at the difference over this period of time. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit more about my secret. One of the things I committed to doing is a much different number than 10. I'm not going to say the number I put in because that's not relevant. But let's go a little higher. Let's say, hey, $250 a month. It's going to squeeze me. It's hard for me to do that. Maybe I'm going to step down a couple things. I'm going to cut the cord on my cable. I'm going to go for a cheaper cell phone plan. I'm going to maybe mow my own lawn instead. I'm going to make some sacrifices here that I've not traditionally done, or maybe I'm not going to buy a brand new car. Think about that. I'm going to make some changes in my budget because I want to make a difference here. And then let's say, I've not been doing this for 3 years. Let's say I committed to this thing 4 years ago or even 5 years ago. I just want to play a scenario out with you, right? So I'm putting $250 in a month and I've been doing this for 5 years. And I scroll back up, look at the numbers. $9,000 invested, $14,000. Now keep in mind, going back to what I first said, that is today's value right now. If you still believe Bitcoin's going even higher, like I do, then what does that mean for you? What does that mean for me? It simply means this. It means that value at 14,000 is actually going to be far, far higher. I just wanted to take this and say, Get this concept out of your mind that I bought at all-time highs and it took me forever to make my money back and Bitcoin's a bad investment. No, 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 no. If you would actually just spread this out with the dollar cost average, you're going to come out ahead almost for sure across the board. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's worked for me. You can see it right here in the numbers. You don't have to trust me. Go right to that website and try this. Here it is, DBA BTC. Just try it. If I said that right, DCA BTC. Just try it. Go open it up, play with some scenarios and see what it look like. What are the commitments? The commitments are, first of all, you've got to be willing to make a monthly buy. I recommend monthly. Second, you got to make some sacrifices to your budget. You just have to. That's the case in pretty much all investment strategy. And put what you want in, $10, $100, $1,000, 10,000, whatever the number is for you that month. That's the number you need to put in. Make a sacrifice to do it. The second thing is this: hold on to your butts. We crypto people call it hodl. Hodl on. Let your crypto work for you. Let it go. Now, you may be wondering, Wes, how do I do that? In the description down below, I've got a link to Coinbase and maybe some others if I can actually get them back up again. Very easy ways for you to go right into some exchanges and do what's called reoccurring buys, which is dollar cost averaging. That is what is so great about dollar cost averaging. I am buying, whether it's high, whether it's low, at a certain point during that month. And because I believe, let me go back to Bitcoin's long-term price chart. See this? Look at it. You see it? It's going up, 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 up. And because it's going up, whatever I buy at across the way, it's still always going to trend up. That is the secret, my friends. There are some great things about this. By the way, if you want to see some more things through all of this, they're showing the charts right here, what I was just mentioning. But then also down here, they talk about how all of this works. They talk about what dollar cost averaging is and why this works as a strategy. And rather than me just read this and regurgitate to it, just scroll down and read this if you're curious to know more about dollar cost averaging on your own. But this has been my secret, guys. This has been the thing that has worked for me for such a long period of time. I made a decision many, many years ago to simply say, I don't care what the price is. I believe in the long-term value in the technology of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, that there are some that I have chosen, and I have just said, I am going to put in a certain amount per month. Over time, I've increased those numbers per month, which is always a fun thing. If you get a raise, consider adding all of that. But just know this is a long-term thing. There are no get-rich-quick schemes in crypto. They're just not. I see all the time people post all the spam stuff in my comments about, I talked to Mr. Bob, and Mr. Bob on this WhatsApp phone number told me to call this person and my gains increased, whatever. I always delete those comments, at least as quickly as I can find them, because that stuff is garbage, guys. There's no way to make crypto super, super, super quick, at least not legitimate ways that work for all of us. Because if that were the case, we'd all be doing it. Dollar cost averaging is the way to go. Dollar cost averaging is how you smartly build your investment over time. It will not fail you. You must be consistent across the process. Hey guys, this was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. I love being able to share these concepts with you. Will you let me know if this is helpful? Will you give me your story of dollar cost averaging and how it worked for you? And also, please, as I've mentioned before, hit a like button, hit a subscribe button for me. It'll go a long way in just continuing to encourage me to do all this. Give me your questions down below. As I mentioned, I look at and respond to every single one that comes in. So if you want something from me, if you got a question for me, you know I'm here. You know I've got your back. I am watching for you at all times. Thank you, my friends. Stay safe. We will talk to you later.